Welcome to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. Go for good times, go for GoMart. With me now, I've had Acrobatics and Tumbling coach Taylor Broadwater. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, you were at the NCATA National Event Finals. You had 5 element acro and inversion pyramid qualify there. How do you feel the girls performed there at Nationals?
I feel that they competed the best that they have all season at Nationals, which is exactly what you want to do. So overall, honestly, I could not have asked for more from them at Nationals this weekend.
And then it was also announced while you were there, Aubrey Ward was the D2 National Freshman of the Year, and Savannah Duckworth became an All-American. What was that like seeing them earn the awards that they did?
That was very exciting. Something that we've worked really hard toward this season is getting some national recognition, and we've gotten a little bit here and there throughout the season, but to end on such a high note, having Savannah 1 be All-American, I've been hoping for that for the past 3 years. She's just been such a phenomenal athlete for us. And then Aubrey coming in as a freshman and stepping up when we needed her in a bad way, and then working extremely hard all season and earning that is really incredible.
And then looking back at the season overall, it was another historic year for you guys. 8 wins, MEC Championship appearance. You had 4 MEC Event Championships, Specialist of the Year, MEC and D2 Freshman of the Year, an All-American. With all that being said, you once again have to go out and replace some key contributors, just like last year. But you also you're supposed to return some key contributors with an All-American and the National Freshman of the Year. What's your plan this offseason as you look to take the next step for the program?
Definitely looking to bring in some high-caliber recruits. Obviously, that's the goal every season. But at the end of the day, we're going to push hard this summer to see what skills the girls can get when they're away from me. And coming in, I think they're very excited now, more so even than coming off of last season having a good year. But this year, we weren't expected to be as good as we were. And I think that's where the girls got that drive and became so excited to compete every single week. And watching them continue to honestly exceed expectation for me. And normally I'm not sitting here saying that, but we just had such a phenomenal year. They really, truly did exceed that expectation. So now I told them if the expectation isn't high, what are we doing? So we're just going to push the limits even harder next year.
And looking at recruiting too, you're obviously in Little Glenville, West Virginia, but here in Little Glenville, West Virginia, you're able to get an All-American Freshman of the Year. How much does that help in recruiting now when you're looking at freshmen or when you're looking at transfers?
It definitely helps. I think you want to see recognition like that when you're trying to come to a university. So going to nationals and hearing everyone and talking to some different recruits, like hearing them say, wow, like Glenville, you guys really put yourself on the map. I feel like we did that last year and we've done that before, but this year watching Savannah walk out there to receive All-American and Aubrey getting D2 Freshman of the Year, like you said, at Glenville, like that's something to be proud of. And really, I couldn't ask for more for my team, but watching them kind of talk to the recruits too and seeing different girls reach out to us that you wouldn't always expect coming from a small Division II school. But I just love that now we are getting the recognition I feel that we've always deserved here, and watching the girls' excitement when they're out there talking about Glenville.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and congrats on another great season.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me, I've had softball coach Sara Scoone. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, it was another big weekend, a historic weekend overall. You started out with Davis and Elkins. You won the first game 4-0, lost 6-1. Just your thoughts on those two games to start out the weekend.
I thought Kylie Burdick started out there throwing a great ball game. She really did a good job keeping the lead off of each inning off base, and Deanie is such a momentum team that really helped us with that. Going into the second game, I think it was good for our pitchers who played in that second game to go again against Deanie because of what happened the first time. So I'm proud of them for that. I think we did a better job at hitting our spots than the first time there, and it was just all around a better outing in general against Deanie. Deanie's one of those teams for us where, and I give Elle a lot of credit, they're hard to beat. Like they are super hard to beat for us. So, I hope we see them again. I love the challenge. I love the game. And I hope we see him again.
Then you finished out the regular season on senior day with West Virginia Wesleyan. You really needed to win both to capture the South Division title, and you did that. You won 4-1 in game 1, 3-0 in game 2. MEC co-pitcher of the week, Kylie Burdick, picked up both of the wins there. Delaney Wardick broke the single-season RBI record with that huge home run in game 1. Then you capped off the day with a celebration in that game 2, winning the MEC South Division. Just what was that day like for you and your team?
Oh man, what an emotional end to a great day. It was it's your senior day. This is my first class. So I got to see my first recruiting class walk around the bases, and I feel like they get older and I'm still the same age. But it's bittersweet. You don't realize how fast that time goes until you're in it. And then just the wins in general. Kylie Burdick, yes, what a great performance. And, she deserved to throw both those games there. She's been on fire, and She was there for the team. And then our bats were just resilient. Were we steady 1 through 7 innings? No. But did we do what we needed to do to win the game? Yes. And sometimes that's how the game goes. I'm very proud of the team for winning the division. I'm very proud of the team for winning overall. It was just a long time coming. And on a personal note, it was bittersweet that was Wesleyan. And I wish
Steve
Coach
Warner,
I wish Coach Warner could have been there. For me on a personal note, he's just so important in my life. And so that was bittersweet too.
And then now this is a first time you're hearing it, but all conference awards were announced, and it's an impressive look for the Pioneers. A leading 7 Pioneers were selected, 4 on the All MEC first team and 3 on the All MEC second team.
Oh my God, 7? Oh my God.
Zaylee Seda, Kylie Goodman, Delaney Warnick, and Kylie Burdick were all first teamers, while Addison Aginiga, Monica Rodella, and Megan Stump were all second teamers. So 5 of the 9 in your starting lineup were selected, and 2 starting pitchers. Just your thoughts, reaction to those 7 earning All MEC honors.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud. The girls have been consistent all year, and that's what I'm just so proud of. They've been consistent, and when they get down, they get better. They fight back and they're resilient. And I'm just so, I wish every single person that is on our team could get recognition. We are a team. I want to make that very, very clear. We are a team and we function as a team. And there's not one person on this team who has not had a part in a great win this year. But I'm just so proud that they were consistent and they did that. Oh man, I am so proud. Oh, that's wonderful.
And then to go along with that, you'll be happy to hear this as well. You capped it off winning MEC Coach of the Year. I think it was very obvious there. 34 wins so far, the South Division and the overall MEC Championship, 7 all-conference selections. We talk a lot about the girls, like you just said, and what they do, but what was that like for you now winning this award?
I'm crying.
It's a very emotional time for you guys this year.
It has been emotional. Oh boy. I'm not crying because I won it. I'm crying because we've done so well this year. I'm so proud of my players. Oh, that award doesn't even exist without players, without the team. And there's so much work that goes beyond my role. Haley Stevens, Kate Casay, Tim White. Oh man, the amount that's on their shoulders and what they do day in, day out at practice. Oh man. I'm so proud of our senior class. They've done nothing but lead. I'm so proud of our juniors and our sophomores and our freshmen. Oh, wow. I really didn't think I'd win it. Wow. Thanks. Thanks for telling me.
There's going to be a lot of emotions with you, your team, your girls when they find out, all the awards. But then with all the emotions comes, what's coming up next with the MEC tournament. You enter as the number 1 seed for the South Division. You're matched up with Wheeling in the first round, a team that had a shaky season, but when you played them, they played you guys very tough. First of all, when you look at Wheeling, you look at the matchup, what do you think of that first round matchup there?
So we've taken our whole week of practice and we focused on Wheeling. We had a really long discussion where our last couple times going into the tournament, we focused on winning it all, and that's the wrong approach. And we learned from those mistakes. So we're going in tomorrow just with the focus on how can we beat Wheeling. Wheeling did play us tough. Their pitching held us a little bit, and their bats, they had timely hits in those games. So our pitching's a little bit more prepared now. We know what we're going into. We keep all scouting reports. So I have all of our papers from the games prior. We've gone over that all week. The hitters understand what to expect in the box. All I can expect out of our team, though, is to go out there and bring the energy that they've brought all year, do the little things right, make routine plays. We don't need any superheroes. Just continue to pass the bat. The girls say all the time, be the runner, move the runner. And that's the attitude that I want to take going into Wheeling. I think all matchups, if you look across the board on Wednesday, oh my gosh, you can't go through and be like, oh, that team will win or that team will win. Everyone's peaking at the right time.
And you kind of answered my question to my next question is, What do you feel will be the key or keys to making a run at the tournament championship? Is it, just looking at game by game? What do you feel the keys are for this time around? Because like last year, you enter as a 2 seed, you have a really good chance. You only make it 3 games, you get eliminated there on the second day. So what do you feel the keys are this year to making a run?
Our keys as our team progresses is to get better as we go. That's how we look at it. Sticking to our system, sticking to just moving a runner how we need to, whether that be a little hit or a sack bunt. Understanding our discipline goes hand in hand with not necessarily what you're not swinging at, but what you're also taking the chance and swinging at, trying to put good bat on a good ball. Little things like that is what's going to take you far in postseason. Doing the little things right, pitchers hitting your spots, not getting rattled, if you don't get a call here and there. You just go out there and you play. The kids have done great all year with being consistent. There's no need now to think, I've hit 4 home runs. Well, now I'm going to hit 4 home runs during this tournament. No. You go up there and you pick a good pitch at a good time and understand that just 1 base at a time is just as good as 4 bases at a time.
Well, Coach, we appreciate coming on today, and congrats on all the awards, you and your girls. It's been a great season, so thanks for coming on. Good luck this week.
Thank you so much.
Get ready to hit the road with GoMart. Each month, we're featuring a special item to fuel your journey and score you bonus reward points in our Road to Rewards promotion. Each purchase earns you a token, so load up and keep cruising toward big rewards. Plus, the top 25 token earners each month will receive 5,000 additional bonus reward points. Check the GoMart app to see this month's featured item. And as always, earn additional savings on products store-wide with reward member exclusives. Go to GoMart.com for more details.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me, I have head baseball coach Jimmy Mullins. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, it was another sweep this past weekend. You're at West Virginia Westland. You started out with a 2-0 and an 8-1 win on Sunday there in Buchanan. Landis pitched a complete game, shutout in Game 1, and then in Game 2, the Bats produced 15 hits and 8 runs, and then Cole Grady gave up just 2 hits in 5 innings. Just your thoughts there on that Sunday doubleheader sweep.
Yeah, first of all, let's just shout out the fact that a lot of our spring sports here are doing so well. Softball team was the Southern Division champs, and now they're the overall Mountain East regular season champs. First time in school history, doing a lot of great things over there. They're fun to watch. I know our track program had a great weekend. Acro's having a great weekend. Wrestling team, everybody's just doing so well, and that's a testament to our coaches, number one, the support we get from the athletic department through the training staff and everything. Just a lot of good things going on here in Glenville. Our coaches work really, really hard, and I'm just so proud of the way things are going. But, the first game this weekend, Landis, 7 innings pitched, and he didn't walk anybody the whole game. Had 7 strikeouts, just super efficient, obviously, and I believe that's his second complete game in a row. He works hard, does well, fills up the zone. In that game too, our leadoff guy, our 2-hole guy, and our 3-hole guy combined for an 0 for 9, and we were still able to figure out how to get some runs scored for him. So that was important to always get Game 1. Game 1's always super important. And then Game 2, Cole Grady, another good outing. 5 innings pitched, only 3 walks, 3 Ks, 2 hits, and then we went into the bullpen there, and Luca Moore continues to throw well for us out of the pen. He had 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 walks, and gave up 1 run there. Swaggart guy had doubles, and Laurie had another home run. I'm not sure what he's up to now, but
I think it's 9 or 10 that he's up to now.
9 or 10.
Yeah.
So he's doing well for us as well. And then Jacob Meadows, freshman guy, he had his first RBI of the season coming in a sac fly situation, and that brings up a good point that, we don't have the highest batting average as a team in the league, and actually we strike out way too much. We walk just about more than anybody in the league, but we strike out more than anybody in the league. But we do find ways to have productive ABs when we put the bat on the ball. And some of the stuff we do daily in our base running allows us to get into scoring positions. Credit to our guys this time of year. It's everybody's tired. Nobody feels well. But our guys continue to run balls out and hustle 90s, and that gets us extra bases, and that gets us on the bags, and that toughness shows. So those numbers don't always show, but when we get guys on base, get them around and score them, it's super important. And we were able to do that on Game 1, 2, 3, and 4. But it was a good Saturday or Sunday. We played Sunday and Monday.
And you mentioned the game 2 or 1, 2, 3, 4 games 3 and 4 on Monday. You were able to win 6-2 and 8-6. Trent Taylor staying undefeated as a true freshman with another good 5 innings there in game 1, and then the Bats came up clutch once again in the last game of the series to extend the winning streak all the way to 10. Just your thoughts there on those 2 Monday wins.
Yeah, Trent Taylor, freshman, 6 wins on the season, 6-0. And I believe that ties our program record for wins as a freshman with Corn. Corn had 6, I believe, and that was our record. So
22, yep.
Trent Taylor, like we've talked about him before, a good freshman guy, but 6 wins. He threw 5 innings, only gave up 4 hits, only gave up 1 run, 1 walk, had 5 Ks. He's going to continue to get better and better for us, and we're proud of him. We actually return 3 weekend starters next year, and some of our bullpen guys who are doing well, that game 4 spot will be open, but not necessarily game 4, but the 4th game of the weekend, that starter will be open. But our staff is doing really well. They lead the league top 3, top 4 in a lot of categories. We need to not walk as many guys, but we've really kind of toned that down a little bit the last few weeks. Proud of them for that. Helmet came in, threw an inning for us, and then Crace closed that game in game 4. Another freshman guy, and Helmet being a sophomore. Those guys are really good on the mound. Lance Minson, he was 4 for 4 in that game with an RBI, 3 RBIs from Laurie, an RBI apiece from Brighton Swaggart. So it was good to get that game 3, secure the win of the weekend series. And then in the game 4, we had Corn throw. He threw 3 innings, and then some tight jams there that we had to get out of. We brought in Byers, and he threw 3 innings for us, only gave up 2 hits, had 2 walks, 3 Ks, and he did a great job. He was had some stressful innings, stressful at bats there, and him and Swaggart did a good job. And it was a tough weekend to catch all 4 games, and Swaggart just off a knee injury, had knee surgery, and then he broke his hand down south. We didn't have him for half of the year basically, and it was a tough game for him to catch all 4 games for us, but he locked it in every pitch, and his sequencing was really good. His pitch calls were good, and we were able to manage their offense pretty good and get those wins. So it's hard to sweep anybody. That's 2 sweeps in a row. Would you say 10 games in a row?
Yeah, 10 games in a row.
So I'm proud of our guys and trying to keep the momentum and keep it rolling.
And you mentioned that you move into a also important final weekend of the regular season. 4-game set with Concord. You'll play 2 here, play 2 there. You both are tied right now for the final 3 spot. Western Union State's in second right now, game ahead of you both. What's the message to the guys? This is a very, very important series. So what's the message to your team?
The message to our team is just to be ourselves. We know how important it is, but we've put ourselves in a position to be able to be in this position, right? So our guys are going to be ready to go. We're getting a rest day today, and then we'll hit it the rest of the week in practice. But the main thing is going to be not let the moment get bigger than what it is. Okay, I always remember in the movie Hoosiers where, they get to that big old stadium and the coach, he just measures out and says, hey, the rim's still 10 foot above the floor, foul line's still 15 foot away. 3-point line. Did they have a 3-point line?
I don't think back then they might not have one.
But the game is the game, and it's all about playing the ball. And the baseball has no idea how important the game is or anything like that. And you know what? We could lose all 4 games, and I'm proud of our guys because, we had a slow start. We had to deal with injuries, and our guys just mentally stay locked in and fight their way back. And even in tough jams the last couple of weeks, we didn't let the moment get bigger than it is, and we simplified it, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We're a tough team when we allow ourselves to be mentally locked in, and I expect our guys to be doing that.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on, and good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thanks.